good wine at the beginning. And when men which have drunk, then that which is worse. But thou hast kept the good wine until now. I'm going to say it again. Hopefully somebody catch it. Then he said to them, every man at the beginning set forth good. I'm just going to say it good. And then worse. But thou kept the good until now. Tell somebody next to you, it started good. It got worse. But it's getting good again. Tell somebody else on the other side of you, it started good. It got bad and it got real bad, got worse, but it's gonna get good.
But it's gonna get good,
It's
good
gonna
again.
get good
Amen.
again.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Here we now found Jesus, and he's in, and we've heard this account before, and he's in Galilee, and he's there with his mother and having a good time, and they wanted something from Jesus.
Yes.
But they did not know how to approach Jesus. So if I can make my first point is, they had to find somebody that was close to Jesus. Sometimes in your life, I hear God right now, if you can't approach God yourself, you better find somebody that's close to God. Tell somebody, be around the right people. They had to get around somebody who had a relationship with God. Then listen, I stopped by to tell you, you can be blessed by association. If you're around some blessed people, you by default will be blessed. If you're around some people with favor, you by default will have favor. I've got to be around the right people.
That's right. Amen.
They didn't know how to approach Jesus, but they went to his mama. They knew the right people to be around. Many folks are in danger because you're around the wrong people. But they went to the mother of Jesus and said, there is no wine.
Jesus.
They were at a party and there was no more wine left. There was no more. They couldn't enjoy themselves. And they didn't have parties. I know some of the saints get up and say, when I used to club and do that, they didn't just party till 2 o'clock in the morning. Their weddings lasted for 3 entire days. When they partied hard. But there was no more wine left. But Jesus said to his mother, what do you want me to do? For it is not yet my time. This might upset some folk, but I'm going to break down in the scripture because I want you to look closer. Don't nobody tip out when I say this, but Jesus didn't do anything. Yeah, no, Pastor, I'm leaving because it said in the word that he turned water to wine. No, he didn't. I want you to look. It says, what do you want me to do? Mine hour is not come. The mother said to the servants, whatsoever he says to you, do it. Sometimes God's not going to do anything. He's just going to tell you what to do. Lord, have mercy. Sometimes God is not going to fix it, but he's going to show you how to fix it yourself. Sometimes I like folks to do things for me, but it's real nice when they show me how to do it myself.
Hallelujah.
So the mother said to the servants, whatsoever this man tell you to do, you better do it. And many of us are in trouble because we try to interpret instructions. But if you ever get to the point and say, I trust you so much that whatsoever you tell me to do, I'm just going to do it. Anybody ever been lost before? Ain't nobody raised their hand. Y'all ever been driving and been lost before? If you ever been lost and need directions, you tell somebody whatsoever way you tell me to turn and do. I just got to get out of here. If you're in enough trouble, you'll tell somebody, whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do it just to get myself out of this mess. If you're drowning in water, the lifeguard says, reach your hand up, you better reach your hand up. Whatsoever you tell me to do.
Amen.
So he said, whatsoever he says do, then do it. Now there were 6 water pots of stone, water that just had been purified, containing 2 or 3 firkinsons apiece. I want you to look again. Jesus said, Jesus didn't do. I'm going to say it again. Jesus said, fill the water pots with water. The purpose of the water pots was for water.
Yes.
So they filled the water pots with what they were supposed to be filled with. Some of us get in trouble because we try to walk outside of our purpose. I hear God right now. But I hear God saying, if you just stay in your purpose, I'll do the rest. Don't try to stay out of your lane. You got to let me do it. Fill the water pots with water. That's what belongs in them. Put water in them.
Yes.
And they filled them with water. And then Jesus said unto them, now draw out now of those water pots and give it to the governor of the feast. You've got to find the one in charge. Go find the one in charge and give him what came out of the pots. Verse 9, I want you to look closely. Verse 9, I'm going to read it a couple of times. When the ruler of the feast had tasted the water, I'm going to do it again. When the ruler of the feast had tasted the water, wait, I'm going to read it again. When the ruler of the feast had tasted the water that was made wine. The Holy Ghost spoke this to me, and I looked at the scripture. I stopped by to tell you while it was in the pot, I hear God right now, it was still water.
Amen.
But once it hit his mouth, what he tasted then was wine. I hear God, what's going on? I don't know if you guys know, if anybody knows anything about wine, but over time, wine ferments.
Amen.
You can keep wine for a long time, but you can't keep wine forever because wine ferments and it goes bad. But see, Jesus knew what he was doing. He said, put water in the pot. And while it is there waiting, let it stay water. But once he goes to taste it, now the miracle happens. Now it has turned itself into wine. Some of you are waiting on God to perform a miracle, but God said just because you don't see it doesn't mean I didn't do it. David said, oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. You've got to taste it to know.
Yes.
I hear God.
Hallelujah.
You got to taste it to know.
Amen.
I don't know about you, but I've seen some bad looking meals. I mean, I've seen some stuff that look kind of real bad. And you might have judged it by the way it looked, but once you went to taste it, it tasted a whole lot different. But even on the other side, I done seen some real good looking meals. Your mouth begin to water when you think about it. You sit there and you look at it. They sat it in front of you. But Lord have mercy when you went to taste it.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
It was different. He said, now go and taste it. Yeah. The feast, when the ruler of the feast tasted the water that was made wine, he didn't know what it was. But the governor, now the head of the feast, went to go get the bridegroom and brought him forward and said to the bridegroom, as I'm getting into my text, I'm not going to be a long time, but he said to the bridegroom that every man at the beginning sets forth that which is good. At the beginning beginning, you put out the best stuff. It's real nice when you start in the beginning. I've stopped by to tell you, things feel real good in the beginning.
That's right.
You ever having a good morning? The first half hour, 1 hour feel kind of good. You know, slept well. The birds is chirping, the sun is shining. You feel kind of good. If you get ready to drive down south, when you get on the turnpike that first half hour, you put you a nice little song on. You're feeling kind of good. Things always feel real good at the beginning. If you ever tried to run or jog before, those first 5 minutes, that's yeah. The birds, you look at everybody walking their dog and you're saying hi to all the people going, that's the first in the beginning. Yeah. But something happens when you keep on doing it. It takes strength to keep on moving when it feels difficult. You know, one thing I love about movies, many of us can sit down and watch a movie. But in a movie, there's no concept of time. You watch one scene and it fades to the next. Yeah. They get in an argument, it fades to black. Right. Some of y'all know that argument can go all night. The person ain't talking to you, you ain't talking to them. That go on for weeks at a time. Right. But it just fades to black. Yeah. And goes on to the next scene. But how people know life sometimes don't work like that. Amen. It just don't fade to black. When you gotta go to work, you gotta go all day long. And things feel kind of different once you're in it. But he said, in the good, the beginning, everything is good. But he said, now listen here. In the beginning, set forth good mind, but when men that are drunk, that which is worse. Once people have gotten the good and they are drunk and he feels like they can no longer tell the difference between good and bad, then he said what a lot of people would do is set out that which is worse. In other words, after the good, he's saying that I expect, I hear God right now, I expected worse to come. After the good wine, I expected things to get bad. And some of us in our lives, after the good, we start expecting that which is worse. We start expecting the bad to happen. But then he said, then you surprise me. Because normally the good stuff is in the beginning and then worse happens. But even after the worst, you have kept the good stuff until now. And I've stopped by to tell you, I gotta close. It's not gonna be a long one in the presence of the Lord. But I've stopped by to tell you that God is telling you on this day in June that even though you felt like the worst has come, God says right now, I am transforming the worst and good is coming back. As a matter of fact, the good is coming so good it's going to feel like you just started. I'm going to restore your strength just one more time. Hallelujah. You're going to feel like you did those first days. Andre Krause said, take me back to the place where I first believed. God says, I am taking you back. You've been weary for a long time, but I am the restorer of your strength. God said, I am taking you. I'm taking you back. I'm taking you back. I'm taking you back. Yes, there's something about reminiscing about the good days. Yes. And I know that they used to do it with photo albums. Now we don't have photo albums. Now most folks take out their little phone or their iPad and go swiping across. Or they sit on the computer and you reminisce. But you know something happens when you look at a picture. I found out a picture is just a millisecond in time. Sometimes we forget what happened before the picture was taken and what happened after. After the whole family might be smiling together at the family reunion, but might have cursed each other out soon as they put that camera down. They might have talked about each other terrible after it was over. So there's some things I don't want to go back to. But I hear the Lord saying right now, in which what I am taking you back to that which was good. Hallelujah. Taking you back, and he said unto them, every man at the beginning set forth good wine, and when the men have that which is strong. And I want to say this to you, and I know I said before, Jesus didn't turn water into wine. I already said that. So then the question was, Who turned water into wine? I know we think Jesus tapped the thing. He didn't. Look at the scripture. He didn't tap anything. He didn't wave his hand over a thing. What turned the water into wine? Can I tell you what turned the water into wine? It wasn't Jesus, but it was their obedience that turned the water into wine. I hear God talking to some of us right now. God says, you listen, your obedience is what's going to bring you out this time. Stop trying to do it your way. If you do it my way, it will be a lot easier. If they would have tried to do wine their way, they would have had to go somewhere and get some grapes and stomp on it and take years and years and years for the wine to ferment and to be ready. The truth of the matter is, I could do it my way, but my way takes too long. Why don't I just let God do it His way? If I listen to God, it'll be a lot quicker. As soon as they listened, that which was water became wine. The truth of the matter is, yes, you could work it out on your own, but if you listen, it'll be done a lot quicker. Don't hate on those who are getting blessed quicker. Don't hate on those who got favor quicker.
Yes.
My Lord.
Amen.
My Lord.
He said to them, their obedience turned that which was water into wine. Can I really break it down? This account is not about wine. It's not about wine. But this account is about listening. Oh, Lord, have mercy. If I would only listen, I would be so much better because I decided to listen. I heard a preacher say the other day, and it really just blessed me. Don't you get upset at anybody with, you ever heard this saying that closed mouths don't get fed? If you wonder where that comes from, when there is a little baby bird in the nest, the baby bird in the nest keeps their mouth open just in case mama bird might come and drop some food down. But if that baby bird has their mouth open, got their mouth closed, guess what? They're gonna miss what comes down. I know some of us are used to being quiet in the house of the Lord, but I come out to tell you, if your mouth is open, don't you get upset at somebody else who got blessed because my mouth was open. There was favor coming down, but I had my mouth open. I needed God to perform a miracle. Don't you get upset because you didn't get none. But my mouth was open. Scream at somebody, help me close here, and tell them, open your mouth and receive what God has. You gotta have an open mouth. Don't get upset if I'm fed and you're hungry. If you want to get fed, tell somebody, if you want to get fed, all you got to do is open your mouth. Listen, in 2017, time is out for us coming to church being upset at everybody else, having an attitude with everybody else. But get all of that. I got an open mouth. I need something from God. I don't have time to be looking and worried about anybody else. My mouth is open. It's open. It's open. It's open. I got an open mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed.
My Lord. Jesus.
Don't get upset at me when you see me getting fed. Don't get upset at your neighbor when you see me getting fed. You know what? The devil is a liar, because I hear God right now. The devil tries to make some of us think that you can do it with a closed mouth. I hear God right now. He wants to make you think you can get fed with a closed mouth. But he's a lying wonder in this room. I wish I could hear some open mouths in this room to begin to glorify and magnify. I'm not hearing no open mouths in this room to say, I need something from God. My mouth is open. It's open. It's open. It's open to receive from you, God. Whatever you have, God, I've opened my mouth. He said the windows of heaven are open. Wouldn't it be a sad thing if when the windows are open, it drops down and it misses you because your mouth was closed? The windows of heaven are open. I've got to open myself. Whatever he has for me, I'm not being picky. While thou art scary, full and free, God. Wherever you have my mouth, I feel my mouth. My mouth is open. I'm ready and willing to receive.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
We talked about the other night. Now, this really blessed me. I didn't understand this. When we looked in Psalms, it said, blessed the man who walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. The seat of the scornful is a seat of judgment. And I stopped by to tell you that God said right now, it is time out for us judging one another. Lord, have mercy.
Yes,
There's
Lord.
many of us that are not blessed because we are sitting in the seat of the scornful. We're judging our brothers. We're judging our sisters. They're not good as me. They can't do it just like me. But I hear God say, as long as you sit in the seat of the scornful, you can't be in the seat of the blessed and the seat of the scornful at the same time. It's time to get up and to move your seat. I don't have time to be judging you because there's too much that I need for myself. I've got to move my seat. Get out of the seat of the scornful.
Thank you, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yes,
He
Lord.
talked about blessed is the man, but blessed is the man who does, but he talked about what the man does not do.
Amen.
My Lord.
I hear God got to close. I said I was closing.
Take your
But some
time.
of us are blessed not because of what we do, but because of what we do not do. I hear, I'm going to say it again. There's some folks that stay out of trouble not because of what they do, but because of what they do not do. I know that I might be waiting on God, but what I'm not going to do is talk about you. I might be waiting on God to bless me, but what I'm not going to do is scandalize your name. Because you got to be careful, because while your mouth is open to receive the blessings of God, don't you let nobody deposit anything else in your mouth. He said to him, every man at the beginning doth set forth good wine, and when all men have been drunk, that which is worse. But thou which hast kept the good until now. Understand that there is still good coming. And not only is there good coming, but the good is here now. I got to reiterate this point, but here's the thing. If the governor would have never tasted what was in the water pot, he would have never known that there was wine there. If he wouldn't have tasted what was in there, he would have thought it was just water. The truth of the matter is God has already blessed some of us, but we haven't reached out and tasted it. That's why we don't know that he did it. God already made the way. We've been asking God to do it. He already did it, but he's waiting on an action. I stopped by to tell you that everything in the Bible, every miracle requires an action.
Yes, Lord.
It requires an action. It requires some movement.
Amen.
He tasted, and that was the best that he had ever tasted. It started out good and got kind of bad, but it's getting good again. Clap your hands one more time.
Hallelujah.
The Lord of praise. We got to close in the presence of the Lord.
Thank you,
And then
Lord.
let's all stand as we get ready to close.